Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hello. Hi. This is so awkward all the time.
Shaved my armpit today.
Angles.
Oh, yeah. I haven't shaved my armpits in an embarrassingly long time. Well, guys, I'm Sarah.
I'm Sydney.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Claudia.
Welcome to Crying in Public. Today, we are going to be talking about the thing that everyone's been waiting for, at least that everybody knows about. It's very, very common to say these things in high school and middle school when everything's just getting exciting. Today, we're going to talk about bases.
I feel like a middle school kid.
Literally. Like, first base, second base, third base, fourth base, if that is a thing. Like, there's so much controversy surrounding bases.
Yeah.
How did it start?
Baby girls.
It's home run.
But this is my thing.
Who picked me to do this intro?
The only reason I know anything about baseball is because I date people who like baseball and because of this little thing. But like, if
what
all
thing?
these the bases.
Oh
my lord.
The topic.
Oh. I feel like because you're obviously gonna have to learn about sex in a way that's like understandable, you're gonna memorize the bases. So I can advance something about like taxes, like W2 is first base and like W9 is second base. Then I know about fucking taxes. So I'm wondering, like, number one, why not football? I feel like most people like know football.
Yeah, baseball's so random.
Or two, make something that's gonna be useful in my life, like taxes. I don't know. I feel like baseball is so specific and like no one cares
I think
about
the
baseball.
analogy makes sense though. Because, well, is it 4 bases?
Yes, it's first base, second base, third base, home.
Apparently it's not fourth base. I've said fourth. This is actually embarrassing. I've said fourth base probably so many times.
Girl, you
said
thought the
too.
Steelers were a hockey team.
Yeah.
You thought GK. The funny. I will tell the story.
That's awesome. No, tell. I love it.
She's
It's
talking
great.
to her
It's a good
man,
story.
and he likes sports. And out of nowhere, this girl's like, "Oh, I love sports. I'm such a Philly sports girl." And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna let her. Yes, go ahead."
Have my moment. Yeah.
Love Phillies. And so her man's telling her about this game, or asking about the score, and she was like, "Yeah, the 76ers are a basketball team." She's like, "Yeah, they're playing the Packers." I hear her from my room, and I'm like, "The Packers are football, and 76ers are baseball or basketball. So what are you talking about?" This girl pronounced Pacers, the basketball team. There's no K in Pacers, and she's like, "Yeah, the Packers." And I was like, "All right."
I didn't know that.
It's like muscle memory because I've heard the Packers probably through like TV or like TV that I watch, like Friends or something like Cheers. Like I don't know where I heard the name Packers, but I did, and so I saw Pacers and was like, the Packers.
I actually don't know any sport team.
I'm actually pretty good at
besides
sports.
the Patriots and the Red Sox
Or knowing
and the
about sports.
Celtics.
I don't know much. No. I know the Giants and the Steelers, the Redskins, and the Ravens.
We're not Redskins anymore. They're the Washington.
Oh,
football
yes.
team.
That, I was
Period.
corrected on by guys. I was like, the Redskins. They're like, they're not called that anymore. I was like, okay. I was like, take a breath.
I just like don't understand at what point. Like I said, it's America, so it makes sense. But like they really had a board full of probably old white men being like, "Yes, that is our name."
Literally.
So I don't know where that came from.
I also wish, like, it's not hard to come up with a team name. Like, I wish that they would come up with something, like, obviously it's better than literally, like, the Redskins, but I wish that they would come up with, like, something more creative than the Washington football
I
team.
think they're changing it. Like, they're in the process of deciding a new one. I'm like, I don't know how
Good.
long that takes, but
It's a
I guess
name,
with
like,
all
just
those,
pick
like,
one.
head injuries
Exactly.
they have, it takes a little bit of time.
They should have. They had a plan to like roll out a new name, but no one could agree on one. So now they're called the football team. But
The
like
football team,
someone said to do
literally.
the Red Tails, like the African American fighter pilots in World War II. Or some war, and I was like, that's a cool name, like the Red Tails. You keep the red colors, and like it's historically accurate. Then I think about like, what about the Vikings or the Chiefs or Seahawks? So they take the logo of like a Native American tribe. So I'm like, I'm gonna change all of them. But guess what? Jacksonville is offensive about everything, but we're the Jaguars, and that offends no one. So.
Yeah, like the Bears, the Dolphins, it's like they're just cute little animals and like not really. But it's crazy to me that sports people, speaking of like, and this is the last thing we're going to talk about before we actually start talking about bases, I hope. But like sports people are just like, they can literally get away with anything. Like if you're an athlete,
Guys in general.
it's
whether
white men.
it's in college or like whether you're on like
Ooh,
a
we should do an
basketball
episode
team,
on this.
football team, baseball team, like if you're a player, you can get away with anything.
Okay, even swimming. I'm like, what does
Oh
that
my
mean?
God, literally, even
what's his
swimming.
name?
And also Michael
Michael
Phelps.
Phelps.
I didn't
No,
know.
let's talk about the guy that Brock Turner.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what you two were talking.
I was just talking about the most famous swimmer.
I was so excited.
Speaking of, you both said at the same time. I was like, what the hell? Speaking of baseball, though, Jacksonville's baseball team is called the Jumbo Shrimp. I don't really know why, because one, why? And number two, we don't have shrimp in Jacksonville.
That's like the university, like the Rhode Island School of Design. Their logo
Risty.
is like a legit cock.
Wait, are you kidding?
Like a rooster
No.
or like a penis?
Like a penis.
It's because it's
why?
phallic.
like a dick.
It's phallic architecture.
it's
The
like
most-
the squirt or whatever it is.
The most American type of architecture is phallic. Think about the Washington Monument. Think about Empire State Building. Think about the skyline. They're all phallic-shaped buildings.
Oh, you're right.
Facts.
We're just uneducated, clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly,
Yeah.
I always thought that first base was kissing, like French kissing.
Yeah.
Second base was le boob. Third base
La
was
boob.
le finger. And then home run was sex.
Okay, so that's what I want.
Finger slash blowjob. Go ahead.
So I talked to my mom about the bases because she was like asking me like about this guy and how far he went, and I was like, oh, like just second, and she's like, okay, so like she thought second was just like touching the boob, and I was like, no, second's like fingering, hand job, and my mom's like, no, that's third, and I was like, no, third is oral sex, mom. I didn't do that. I was like. And she's like, no, fingering and oral sex both count as third. Anything below the belt is third. And I was like, in my mind,
that's what I
like
thought.
touching and fingering and hand jobs are all second.
And mine, I thought first was, it was just kiss.
Yeah.
A kiss is first base. Second involves anything touching. If it's above the clothes, under the clothes, up or bottom,
Yeah.
that's second base. Third base, anything involving orality. Orality. And then fourth is sex, I've always assumed.
I literally have never used that in my day-to-day conversations.
If they
before.
stick it in, is that sex? Like,
Yes.
What base
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah, what do you
That's
mean?
home run.
For like a year, I was like, I'm a virgin. Sorry, let's take that out. Sorry, Mom. I didn't mean to say that.
That's awesome.
Well, okay, this isn't the bases, but like when you guys say like, oh, I hooked up with them, what does that mean to you?
Made out.
If I did anything past making out.
Right now, it means sex to me. Like when you say like I hooked up with someone. No, not even just me, but like if like Cindy came up to me one day and was like, oh yeah, oh my god, like we hooked up. Like to me, I'm like, oh my god, how big was it? You know, like I directly go there.
Mine's
would
anything
say-
past making
Yeah,
out.
same. Because if I made out with someone, I was just like, oh, we just made out. I wouldn't say, oh, we hooked up.
That's what I'm saying.
True.
Well, I would say like made out, but then like anything further than made out, I would say hooked up. That doesn't necessarily mean sex.
Yeah, I agree.
Interesting.
If we had sex, I'd probably be like,
Had
Beep.
sex.
we
Fuckity fuck.
But I feel like usually when you say we hooked up, the first thing anyone asks is what you guys do. So I feel like I don't have
True.
to specify
That's
because
true.
they're just going to ask anyway.
True, yeah, you're gonna give them all the details.
Well, like
regardless.
us, while it's happening, we're like, oh, guys, we're doing this. We're doing this right now, and we're doing this. Like we get a play-by-play as it's happening.
We
and
literally,
time.
every time, I'm like, oh, it's been 10 minutes. He hasn't made a move. I literally say that
Literally.
shit all the time.
Like when you're in
but-
the bathroom, or like they're in the bathroom, or like they're literally just like going on a rant, you just grab the phone and go, "Oh my god, I bet his penis is huge."
So even last night with Sarah, I wasn't even doing anything. He was like sitting right next to me too. I was like, yeah, we're cuddling. We're doing this. I need to poop. I need to do this. I want to kiss him. I want to do this. And I'm like, she doesn't need to know any of this information. But I'm going to tell her anyway.
That's like this one time I was like had to leave for a date because I had dinner with y'all, and I was like telling the guy, and I was like, oh yeah, I have dinner. I'm so sorry I have to leave, like, which was like legit. And I like showed him to like like I was like, they're getting so mad at me because I'm so late to dinner because I really liked hanging out with him actually. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, and like I'm like, look, they're like literally saying this, and then like. You guys started talking about in the group chat how like you had to like shit and like anal and someone like so deep in you, and it was like I literally farted so loud shit came out.
That was definitely me.
Yeah, and it was like
That was
in the chat when I was showing him, and there was new text coming forward, and like he like is sitting on my phone and we're looking at it, and I was like, all right, that's enough. I was like, out. I was like, stop looking.
Literally.
I was like, because you never know when it's gonna like turn conversations.
I texted Sarah today. She was literally sitting right here, and I was in the bathroom right there. And I was like, Sarah, my poop was like a trombone right now. I was like, I really didn't need to tell her that. But.
And we talk about like feces a lot,
Yeah,
like the sound.
Oh my gosh, guys!
particular, and the
I was
shape,
doing research
smell.
about feces today, just because we were talking about like post hookup anxiety or pre hookup anxiety.
Yeah.
How
What's
like
that?
if I know I'm gonna see a guy, I automatically have to shit. Like the thought of seeing them makes you have to shit. Like no matter, I've been with someone for like 3 years, and I feel like I still get that every time. I looked it up, and it's like the most common like side effect for anxiety and for periods is diarrhea.
Oh my god.
So I
The
used
period
to
needs to know that, but now you do.
be like
I
that
do.
whenever I got nervous before dates. Like I literally like TMI would like shit about like approximately 12 times before I saw them, where I was like
Damn.
in physical pain. But now like I think it's maybe that I'm a whore. Take that out. But I think now when I go on dates, I don't really get nervous anymore, and the shits just went away. And like I'm like I don't have this like poop anxiety anymore. I'm like I kind of miss it.
I've
Bruh.
literally never had that, so I don't know.
We get it, Claudia. You're perfect.
Sydney's though, like
Mine's
to
bad.
explain Sydney's like life in general, every single time like she could be getting a feeling
Yeah,
about
that's
anything.
just-
She
that's
could be
just Sydney.
hungry. She could be like wanting to go outside. She could literally like just any feeling she gets ever, and she has to go shit every single time.
You know that?
So
you know
interesting.
that tree from Pocahontas?
The what?
The tree, Mama. Is that her name?
Oh yeah. Like the widow, the mama widow
yeah.
or something.
Mama Widow. Yeah, I see her name.
Ew, I
It's not Mama Widow.
hated
Yeah.
Pocahontas.
Mama something.
It's a princess movie. Oh yeah.
The story makes no sense, but Pocahontas is a bad bitch. She also was like 12, but
Was she actually?
Yeah.
She doesn't
Yeah.
look
In real-
like it.
in
she
real
looks like
life.
a baddie. She looks like an Instagram baddie.
Yeah.
In the movie, she's supposed to be like 18, but like in real life, she was
She's
like 12.
And he was like
Yeah.
40. It was
Yeah.
kind of nasty. But that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure that lady lives inside of me. Because she be knowing things, and like my intuition's actually kind of scary. Like you guys just have to
good.
admit,
It's so good.
every time I have a feeling, it's been right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw someone for literally almost 3 years, over 2.5, and I would see their name pop up on my phone. I didn't know what they had to say, and I'd have to shit. So sorry for whoever like had interest in me. I'm pretty sure there's no one out there, but if you did, I'm pretty sure that just ruined it. So you're welcome.
Someone said like guys in the group chat one time, like just like guys, and Sydney was like, I have to shit.
I have to shit.
And he's crazy.
Because people text you like, "Oh my god, guys, right now, answer," and then it's like, "I want pizza," and I'm like, "Okay, why'd you start with that? You could have started with I want pizza."
You always do that though.
So true.
You always do that.
I'm
That's
so
also
dead.
That's literally like half my friends. They call me and they FaceTime me and I answer and they're like, bro. And I'm like, what? And like I'm ready for like my heart to drop and them tell me something so bad. And they're like, you want to meet up? I'm like, what? I was like, and they're like, dude, this is so serious. And like my heart's pounding. I call them like 10 times. I'm like, yeah, what's up? What's up? I'm like, am I okay? Like, what happened? And I'm like, they're like, oh, nothing. Like, we just wanted to hang out. I'm like, can you stop doing it? I was like, it's
Can
not
you
nice.
please.
If someone FaceTimes me, you better be A, a hot man, or B, you must be on fire. Because if you have something wrong with you that's that urgent and you can't text me, then you can FaceTime. But if you are not literally on fire or in a dire emergency and you FaceTime me, I will decline.
I call
Am
all
I
the
being
times.
added right now?
No.
That's
you can always FaceTime
That's
me.
okay, Claudia. I like FaceTime.
But like,
I
if
hate
you can
FaceTime.
text it. Because FaceTime requires you so much like
I
this.
hate
and I have
texting.
I hate
things to
texting.
do.
'Cause you
I
have to
love
write it all
texting.
out. Ugh.
Or you just
Yeah.
audio do it like Sarah does.
Yeah. Oh,
What?
the Siri John.
But
I
like, you
literally
may as well
constantly
be
do
on
that.
FaceTime at that point. If you're saying things out loud, the other person may as well say things out loud too.
But then you're on camera, you can't do anything with your phone. You have to like have your phone like at a cute angle, so you're not like
Not
showing
really.
shit. It's just
what?
so much work.
I look like crap on my
But if you're a
FaceTimes.
man, I don't care. You could be doing nothing. FaceTime me. I don't care. But yeah.
There's a little bit of bias here. No, just kidding.
Yes, it is.
Why are we literally talking about texting?
Well, because okay, so what I was gonna say, I had a very good prompt that I thought of in my brain. You know, I thought for
Yeah.
once. And the prompt is I forgot it. Oh, it's when you were starting to reach like third base with someone. If we can all agree that third base is like oral sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you first started to like think about giving someone oral sex the first time, how much did you freak out? Because I'm not even gonna ask you if you freaked out because I know you did. So how much did you freak out? Unless you're Claudia, how much did you freak out and like what did you do in preparation for
Wait,
it?
I didn't freak out.
I literally don't remember.
read
I freaked out so bad.
I read WikiHow.
I gave oral sex to a shampoo bottle.
Ew.
Ew.
I didn't squirt it in my mouth. I just
Girl-
put it in.
Ew.
It was the
I don't
best.
use your shampoo bottle ever again.
It was a
or
really
your mic.
skinny.
Ew.
It was a really skinny shampoo bottle, and I was literally like 15. I was so scared.
I don't
What?
remember the first time I gave a
Head.
BJ.
Yeah.
BJ.
When I was giving head and doing it for the first time, first of all, I only thought about like technique. That's the only thing I prepared for, my technique. So when he came, first of all, he didn't tell me. Second of all, he didn't make any noise throughout the entire thing except to like call me like names. Like he's like a slut, and I'm like, what? And I was like, that was my first experience with dirty talk. I was like, please. And then when he came, I was like, this is what it. You know, like I was so
I was so
embarrassing.
confused.
It was so embarrassing.
He actually asked me. I do remember now. He was like, "Do you want spit or swallow?" I was like, "What the fuck do you?"
Literally, like, what are you
the
talking
fuck
about?
do you mean?
Spit or swallow what? Your dick? Like,
Bro,
what am I
think
supposed
that
to swallow
If
it?
you swallow and pee, it'll get you pregnant. No, physically until this year. Because think about it. Scientifically, that makes hella sense.
No, I know friends who got that.
Scientifically, that makes hella sense.
Never
think
heard
about
that
it. Think
before.
about it.
No, it doesn't make
It's
sense.
It's already in your body. So
Yeah.
like,
I
go
get
boop.
it, I
That
get
makes
it.
sense.
I had a friend who thought she was pregnant from swallowing cum, and I was like, no.
But they should probably like. They might do that in the future if they get brains. You know how like viruses like find new ways to virus.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Semen is not a virus.
It does look like one, but oral
Yeah,
sex
viruses
is
does
like
look
not
like
real
one.
sex, and it never will be real
Parasite.
sex.
I think it's real sex. I think that oral sex is more intimate than sex.
Yeah. Period.
You're putting your diddling in my fucking mouth. That's fucking intimate as hell.
Yeah, when I'm like,
Yeah, but then you don't need to make eye contact if you don't want to. Sex is kind of like, I guess if you're not, it depends. But most of the time you gotta make some eye contact down here.
No, I'd be like, my first time I did that, I'm not gonna say that loud because I don't want my mom. I don't want to disappoint you. It was with a Republican, and he was like 5'4", so I didn't really care.
No.
But you know when you drink Delsum for the first time, you're like,
yeah.
when I tell you, I was like, I don't have a gag reflex. Like, I don't know what that means. I went like, it was like someone hit my back with like a fucking pinata. I was like, ew. So that was the worst time in my life.
Did you guys used to have like competitions with your friends when you guys were having sleepovers on like who could deep throat the banana better?
Ew.
Yes. Ew.
What?
How are your friends? Okay.
Yes, Sophia.
Number one, ew and ill. Number two, you can't talk, bitch. I want to chase him around the house and kiss him on the lips. All y'all are weird.
Wait, what are you talking about?
That one
Tell
day
us
you were
the
like, my friends were at the party and asked me to chase them and kiss them.
That's awesome.
I don't know what
Yeah.
y'all did. We would literally watch movies. So I don't know what the hell.
I'm sorry, you guys didn't do that?
That's so weird.
Well, because at my
no,
school,
no.
we were an all-girls school, so number one, we were repressed. And number two, Mischief Night for us was like a huge thing. Like at my school in particular, Mischief Night was like bigger than Halloween.
Never heard of
so
that
on
before.
Mischief Night and the night before Founders Day, which is like a private school thing, it's like crazy and so annoying.
That sounds like some fucked up shit.
We just had like a bunch of
Yeah.
assemblies with a bunch of old white men.
And we would always have a sleepover on Mischief Night and the night before Founders Day, and we would all do some fucked up shit. Like, I'll see videos from that, and I'll literally be like, I don't even want to say it. Like, I can't even say it. Like, I'll be like tickling my friend's bare butt. You know, like just something
Ew.
so weird like that.
Ew.
In my school, if like someone drank alcohol, we were like out of the group now. Like that was like senior. It'd be like, we're not talking to her ever again.
I
Ooh,
felt-
what the hell were y'all doing?
I felt so bad my freshman year. One of my good friends, like my best friend now, she used to get excluded from our group because one girl made this rumor up. Like, they're like, she's so against alcohol. Like, don't invite her to anything. Meanwhile, like, she wasn't, and she was like completely excluded from the group for not drinking alcohol. So it was the exact opposite thing.
Oh, ours is if you drank or did drugs or anything, you were outed.
Damn.
That's so crazy. Do you think that was just because like you were a cheerleader and like there was like an athleticism kind of like portion to it, or was it just like your friends?
No, because we all had fucking crazy mothers. Christian school. Bruh, if one mom found out about anything within, bruh. It was so annoying because there was 2 black girls in my like friend group of like 70 people. Me and like my really good friend Kiki, who is like my family's adopted child. Like I am their family's adopted. Like we are the same.
Yeah.
And bruh, the minute something happened and either mine or Kiki's mom found out within, I will not shit you, 0.01 seconds, every black mother in our grade, in our school would know. Because I would see Kiki's mom be like, Kiki, answer your phone right now. Within 1 second, I'd get mom, missed call. And I'm like, what are you all walkie-talkie? Damn. It was so fucking, all the other moms like, oh, it's okay, sweetie, like, go have fun. But no, it was so annoying.
That's so crazy. At my school, some girl, I'll remember, she like fell off a porch because she was so drunk, like a high porch, and like had to go to the ER because of like alcohol poisoning and that. And all of their parents found out, and they took away her phone for like 3 days, and that's all that happened.
Bruh, I would
And I
look
was
my
like-
mom wrong and get my phone taken away for like 3 weeks.
Your mom backhanded you because you said the word what
Yeah,
to her.
bruh. Okay, so we had this thing called Twin Day at my school for homecoming week, and like me and Kiki were farmers, and so I got these really ugly green cocks from Target. They were actually really comfortable now I think about it. And I was literally dressed in like overalls and a flannel and like a bandana in my hair and knee-high socks and green Crocs. And so my mom's like going to Publix and get food, and I was like, I'm dressed like this though. And she's like, you wore that to school. I said, and? Bruh. I didn't even finish the D, and I felt whiplash. I was like, well, what happened? I was like, oh my god.
That
backhand too?
Backhanded. Like, if I
Ouch.
said, like, sometimes I hear y'all talk to your, like, not really Claudia, but
Like,
y'all.
I don't talk to my mom like
I
that.
talk- I
talk
can
to
so
your mothers,
disrespectful
and I'm
sometimes.
like,
Wait, I'm really nice to my mom.
no, Sarah will be like, I want to suck his balls.
Yeah, but
and I'm like,
Oh,
mom would
you mean like
literally
that?
kill me.
Oh,
I am
I
so
do talk to my
disrespectful
mom
to
But
my
if I
mom
said and,
sometimes.
if I said what, if I breathed wrong, if I said hell, y'all heard me say I said fucking on accident one time to my mom talking about Trader Joe's.
She had to
and how long the
apologize for
line
like 2
was.
hours straight.
She was like,
But like, see,
I was
after my
disappointed.
mom's
Literally, I was
listened to the podcast and like really listened to some of the episodes, she's like, all right, nothing new. She's
Hi,
like,
moms.
same old.
my grandma
Hi,
said
Mommy.
we're sluts.
I love you.
My 9-year-old grandmother texted my sister and was like, Sadie and her friends are sluts. I was like, yeah.
No, my grandma fucking like for Valentine's Day, she sent my mom a penis cake.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah,
At
she
least it was chocolate.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
black penis cake. It was crazy with like chocolate hearts surrounding it. It was like so fucking funny. It was so random. I was like, okay,
Yeah, so I don't know how we went from sports
to bases.
to bases to
this.
cocks
Penis cakes.
to moms to school. I don't know. You get a lot of
Yeah.
contents here. We can do like this is baseball series like third base, and
Hey,
we can
bet,
talk
bet,
about
bet.
kissing.
Third base and beyond is what we talk about.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, I would bet Claudia wants to talk about kissing because she has a tactic when she kisses people.
But that's the funniest episode we ever
If you-
made. I
it was
think.
so fucking
Funniest
funny.
episode.
It was so.
What do you mean funny?
No, when you were like first, you were like, I look at them and then they kiss me.
That was awesome.
Let us know what you think the bases are in
Oh,
the
true,
comments.
true, true.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like everyone's different, like where you're from. It's a regional thing.
Yeah.
But like and subscribe and comment. It all helps us, and we love seeing feedback. Listen to our podcast, Crying in Public, our full episodes every Thursday on Apple Podcasts, iHeart, and Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. And follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Crying in Public Podcast.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.